Hey T,
Hey,
I'm just so stressed out. There's so much going on at work and at home right now. I don't even know how to deal with this.
I know, me too. I'm so tired. How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, you know that fire drill we had? I couldn't turn the report in on time, so I had to stay late at work last night. I missed putting the kids down, and Brian had to deal with their meltdowns all by himself.
Yeah, dude, that fire drill kicked my ass. Jen and Thea were already passed out, so I got home super late, and then I had emails still piling up.
This just doesn't feel right.
I just feel so guilty, like I'm either missing on work life or family life.
What
What
do
do we
we
do?
do?
What are you doing with your life?
I'm trying to get by. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. What about you? You're doing the same thing.
I don't know.
Why do you stay if you're so unhappy?
You know, I need the money to support my family. You?
Yeah, it's too hard to find another job, and I don't even have time to look.
I mean, would you even want to? This is all we know. We're good at our jobs. What else is there to do? I mean, it's the same freaking thing everywhere.
I don't want to disappoint my parents. It's what I went to school for. This is what's expected of me.
Is this it for the rest of our lives?
So it wasn't just one thing that caused me to quit. It was really an accumulation of everything just falling into place at the right time that actually gave me the courage to walk away. To be honest, I really enjoyed the work that I was doing. I was at my company for almost 15 years, and I got to spend time with talent and developing leaders. It was definitely exhausting, I'm not gonna lie, but it was also challenging in a way that was really good, and it made me who I am today. And what changed? It really wasn't my job, and that's the truth of it. I don't think it's ever really the work. When someone quits, it just started to feel different. Some days I felt suffocated in the sense that I wanted to help people. I wanted to do more. I wanted to have this huge impact and do really big things, but instead I had to focus more on papers and numbers and reports, and the pressure that I used to thrive on, that no longer made sense to me. So it wasn't the job that changed, because at one point I absolutely loved it. I outgrew my job in a way. My purpose wasn't being fulfilled anymore, and I found that I was less authentic with each passing day. I was lost. And then I had to take some time off to take care of my daughter. She's going through some developmental therapy right now. And so being home with her, I was home for 2 months. That made me realize that my time with my kids is grossly more significant than I could have ever imagined. In the short amount of time that we were together, my daughter, she thrived. And I realized that I'll never get this time back, and I would not regret quitting, but I would absolutely regret losing this time with her, with both of my kids. And I felt like this was a sign. It was a sign for me to make a change in my life. And there are many other things that play a role. I mean, walking away from a good six-figure job with perks and benefits, that's not easy. But that's why they call it the golden handcuffs, right? I realized that I was paying a price for my high salary, and it was a price that was costing me too much. In September of 2021, I was diagnosed with PDD, persistent depressive disorder, and this is also known as high functioning depression, because people who have PDD, they function normally on the outside, but on the inside, I was crippled. I had been barely sleeping for years. I felt myself go through the motions every day, but on the inside, I don't know, I wasn't necessarily sad. I just kind of felt empty. And then on the days that I was sad, it was a really dark place to be in. And the sad part was, I didn't even realize I had a problem. I thought that this is how everyone lives, you know? We work, we complain, we're unhappy, we do what we're supposed to. So I never really talked about it. I never shared how I felt sad all the time. In fact, when I was depressed, I put on an even brighter facade to the outside to just cover it up. And I'm thankful that people I work with are so genuinely caring. There's a saying that only people who care about you can hear you when you're quiet. And during one of my darker episodes, it lasted for a couple of weeks, I had a handful of colleagues and friends reach out to me, and there was even an intervention. And that was when I realized that the gig was up. I was no longer able to pretend, and I needed real professional help. The problem was, when I went to seek help, I was prescribed meds, and I was chalked up as a "this happens to everyone" case. Medicate and move on, essentially. And I knew that wasn't going to solve my problems. I took inventory of my life, and I decided that I have to do what I need to do so that I can be my best self, so that I can take care of my family the best that I can. So with the timing, with, money that I've been saving up, realizing what my kids need, thinking about my own well-being, it made sense. I quit my job. I also cut ties with toxic people in my life. I started to exercise, and I'm working on focusing on things that really help me fulfill my personal mission in life. And that's really to live in the moment and be authentically and unapologetically me, who I am. And I want to help inspire others to do the same. And I just want everyone to realize that what you feel, if it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. And there's always another answer.
So quitting my job was one of the most difficult decisions I've ever had to make. It was something that I've always struggled to do because it had taken me a very long time to get to the position that I was in the company. After becoming a pharmacist in 2013, it took me almost 9 years to go through so many developmental and leadership experiences to get to the position that I had in July 2021. So I worked with the most amazing team of people who truly cared about their team and community. But then I started to think, at what cost? I consistently struggled to reach a work-life balance because it led to so many mental health issues when I was trying to do both at the same time. Now, as I was growing up, it was ingrained to me that working is gonna suck. It's gonna be something that you just put up with, you just have to deal with it because you need the money. And don't even think about getting depressed because this is just how life is. It's gonna suck. So because of this, I began to have so many panic attacks and anxiety because I was getting so overwhelmed with everything around me and getting burnt out, honestly. But I pushed through it, because there was no other option. I didn't want to give up my prestigious job or my title and honestly, the money. My job began to feel like a place that I had to be somebody else, and it wasn't comfortable for me. I've always wanted to lead my team from a place of care, respect, patience, and sharing the same vision, which is helping our team and our community. However, it became a place where I was expected to only meet numbers and metrics. And for me, in order to do that, I had to become a person that I wasn't comfortable being because that's not who I am. And that led to my anxiety getting worse. And also, my work took me away from my wife and my 6-year-old daughter. I was realizing that I was missing some of the best moments of my growing daughter's life, and it pained me that I had to consistently work nonstop 24/7 just to get caught up. And my daughter would ask me all these things that she wanted to do, and it just wouldn't happen because I was busy with work. Then I found the book Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and this book, I can't tell you guys, forever changed my perception of life. We will cover this book in this channel sometime or another, but the lessons and teachings that sparked the what if ideas in my head and gave me the courage to start thinking outside my comfort zone, and also started to make me feel like I was more control of my life. Then Thanksgiving 2021 happened. And a medical emergency put my dad in the hospital for 2 weeks. And he got out, and he had to go back to the hospital for another 2 weeks. And we knew something was going on. And this was a sign that told me that I needed to make a change. I had to take so many vacation days. I had to take LOA to help my dad. And there was a sense of guilt that I began to feel with work and trying to take care of my dad. And I shouldn't feel guilty for taking care of my dad. I always saw my dad as a superhero who worked 2 jobs. He took care of us all without ever complaining. But as I got to know him the last two months, I could see the mortality in him. I could see the struggle, the regrets that he had for missing out on a lot of the stuff. So that's when I knew I had to make an immediate change in my life because I didn't want to go down the same path. And I want to make sure I follow my passion and be there for my family at all times. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Walking away from a 6-figure salary is not easy, and I didn't just do it outright. I had saved up plenty of money the last few years so that I could responsibly quit and give myself the opportunity to fulfill my dreams. You know, there's a saying that if you're not giving your time to your own passions and dreams, then you're giving your time to fulfill someone else's. So here I am. I'm investing in my dream, and I'm also chasing my dream. So this is us. I'm Tapis.
And I'm Kalina, and our paths crossed in order for us to sit here with you today and share this with you. We're here to create a community, a platform for like-minded, curious, and courageous people living their path to self-discovery, and in doing so, inspiring others to do the same.
We've learned from experiences and from our love of reading books. So we come together here to read, to discuss, to learn, to make mistakes, and of course, to grow. Every week we put out new episodes of motivational and developmental literature, and we hope you join us to spread the message.
And ultimately, we wish to contribute to a world in which people feel free to live in the moment, free to be their authentic self, and genuinely exude happiness and love for what they have in life. So thank you for being on this journey with us. Let's vibe with books.